back, everybody, to another edition of Robby's Reviewsday Tuesday. I'm Robby. Here we are in Gibson Corner, and today we're looking at Gibson Acoustics. The first guitar I want to show you today is the new J35 30s Faded from Gibson Bozeman, Montana division, the acoustic division. This is a new line of guitars that just was released this year, and these are fine American crafted, made in Montana acoustic guitars, expanding on their Faded series, so they have kind of a satin finish on them. The J35 that I have here has always been one of my favorite guitars. It has a little bit different bracing pattern than J45s. It's got a little bit wider X, and it's just a killer sounding guitar. Great low end on these. A little bit less expensive than the standard J35. These are coming in at a street price of $21.99. This one is in antique natural. Next up is the 50s Faded J45. This is the next up in the Faded line. This is a really cool guitar. It's got the classic J45 sound. Again, the satin finish. It has the 50s Southern Jumbo style pickguard, which I think is a nice aesthetic touch. And this guitar has a street price of $24.99, weighing in at a whopping 4.2 pounds. Both this guitar and the J35 come equipped with a factory installed LR Baggs Element VT pickup system. The VT is for volume and tone. The two little roller knobs can be found just conveniently inside the sound hole. So you have some control when you're plugged in on stage. And there it is, J45 Faded, very cool. So this guitar is from the Generation Collection from Gibson, which is also kind of a new line for them. This is the G-Bird. This is the latest edition in the Generation Collection. This was just released this year. Generation has these cool kind of built-in sound ports, if you will. It's like a little personal monitor system for the player. So it's your own little personal sound hole. It actually works really well. These guitars are built from walnut back and sides. Spruce tops. Again, they have a factory equipped LR Baggs under saddle piezo pickup that comes with them, and these are a wonderful price point for Gibson Acoustic if you want to get into one at a budget. These come in at $17.99, and these come with gig bags and not hard cases, but very nice gig bags, and they sound terrific. The workhorse, ladies and gentlemen, the mighty J45 from the boys and girls over at Gibson Acoustic. Over my shoulder we have a standard J45, again factory equipped with an LR Baggs pickup, and in my lap we have a J45 that we commissioned from the custom shop, which is essentially a standard model, although as you can see it is built in the custom shop. And what we changed is that this has a red spruce top, sometimes called Adirondack by other acoustic guitar manufacturers. Red spruce is grown at very high altitudes, and what makes red spruce special is that it's a harder, denser spruce, and it likes to be driven, which is perfect tone wood to put on a J45, the workhorse guitar. Sitka spruce, which is what comes on the regular standard model is widely used by most all acoustic guitar manufacturers for its weight to tension ratio and its even response. So Sitka spruce is good if you're a finger picker, if you're a folk player, if you are a hard strummer. It will give you a little bit of everything. But Adirondack is favored for its ability to be driven hard and when called upon. And it was also the tone wood that was used in a lot of the pre-war guitars, and so it's a historical favorite for that reason. So we have a couple J45 standards in stock, and we have a couple of these J45 custom shop red spruces in stock. So while we're here, I wanted to talk to you guys about some really cool accessories, some of which are offered from Gibson. One of which here is the Gibson Premium Guitar Polish. So on a guitar like this J45, or maybe your favorite Les Paul or SG, they're finished in nitrocellulose lacquer, and this polish has a little bit of nitrocellulose lacquer in it. So it's really good to use on your favorite Gibson guitars if they have a gloss finish, because it will really take away some of those little hairline scratches you get from abrasive plectra of potentially exotic natures. We sell this here at the store, and it's a modestly priced $7.99 a bottle. I always keep one in my guitar bag, and it's really good. Guitars, banjos, mandolins, all of it. Gibson polish. Another thing that I wanted to mention that we carry from Gibson is their brand of strings. We carry acoustic strings and electric strings in multiple gauges, and Gibson is a really overlooked string company. They make really high quality, great sounding strings, particularly if you favor a vintage tone. Obviously all Gibson instruments come strung from the factory with Gibson strings, also found here at Hubert Breeze Music. And going into the colder months, it's a great idea to humidify your guitar, something that we hope all guitar shops talk about, but certainly something we wanted to touch on today. All guitars, musical instruments that are made out of wood, like to be between 40 and 50% humidity all year. And a lot of times in the warm months, nature takes care of that itself and you don't have to worry about it. But for these cold months, when your furnace is running and your house gets a little dry, it's a really great idea to get a humidifier for your guitar, and we offer several of them. This little guy by Diodario is just kind of a sponge in a cage. It drops down in between your strings and gets the job done for you. These are $11.99. Diodario also makes a two-way humidification system that is pretty popular. We carry these as well. My favorite, and the one that we most widely use in the store here for our guitars, is the Oasis guitar humidifier. This is a little tube. I don't know if you can see that, but there's a little visual image of what it looks like. It's a little tube that contains some silicone beads that suspends down inside your strings. It requires you to use distilled water, which presents a calcification of the unit, and if you do follow the distilled water protocol, these are virtually leak proof. Why I like them is they're very visual. They look very plump and full when they're full of water, and when they shrivel up drastically when they're dry, so it's really easy to just open your case and say, oh yeah, my guitar needs to be refilled, the humidifier needs some more water. So they're just easy and they're really effective, and these are around $22 a piece. We carry these for acoustic guitars, we carry them for cases, we carry them for mandolins, banjos, upright basses, and ukuleles. Oasis humidifiers. I've had some that are still going for several years. So those are some really good accessories. We also recommend, if you're shopping around, maybe you need a stocking stuffer, headstock tuners are all the rage these days, and they're really good gifts for any musician. Most of these guys are chromatic now and will tune anything from ukuleles to grand pianos. This particular one is a favorite of mine. This is the Korg Pitch Clip 2, maybe the 2 Plus, I can't remember. We have multiple variety of these in different colors, and they're really good. There's one button turns them on and off. They work off of vibration rather than sound, and they're very accurate. It's what I use. I keep one in my pocket, and I use it all the time here at the store to tune virtually everything. We also started carrying these really cool picks from Diodario. These are the Keith Urban signature picks, And just a shameless plug because I like using these. This is the regular heavy gauge, which is 1mm, and this is what you heard me play on all the Gibson guitars that were featured in Reviewsday today. So all of these are really good ideas for the stocking stuffers or knick-knack presents for the musical folks in your life. Come on down and get some strings, tuners, picks. By all means, get a humidifier for your guitar. Maybe buy a Gibson. We encourage you to visit our website, huberbreeze.com, where you can take a complete look at our full line of inventory and shop all of our instruments online. Feel free to call myself, Robby, and mention Reviewsday Tuesday, and I'd be happy to give you a special price on any of the merchandise that you saw in our weekly segment this week. Feel free to come down to the shop, talk to the guys, hang out, ask questions, try these things. You know, Gibson guitars are still very handmade, and each one is individual and has its own personality, and sometimes you pick one up and you just know that's the one. I particularly care for that J35 a lot. That's a fine guitar, and I really love the way that one sounds and plays. And I like that red spruce too that I had. That was really good. There's also a little, we didn't show it in the video, but there's a little LG2, which is a small body Gibson, and those things are just, those are great too. Charming little guitars. Big sound for a small guitar. The best guitar, you know, for you is the one that you like. It's the one that looks and sounds and plays the way you like, and I'm sure you can find the one for you at Huber Breeze Music. Thanks again for watching Robby's Reviewsday Tuesday, and stick around. We'll see you guys next week. Special thanks to Eric, our new production crew, working behind the scenes to make all of our videos awesome. And of course, Jeffrey, our resident Vanna White, and moral support. We couldn't do it without our team. We love you guys. We'll see you next week.